Hey guys, here's Louie, and on this video I am going to show you where the hood tach for a first gen Firebird is mounted on the right way, the right spot. So like I said in my previous video, this is an original hood, flat hood. It's not a 400 hood because my 68 Firebird is a 350 car. This hood was on my 69 Firebird when I first bought her, because she was an original 350 car and I turned her into now a 400 car, so I do have the 400 hood on her. But anyway, this is an original hood and somebody here put the hood tach in the wrong spot. So I was lucky enough to get a template out of an original hood that left the factory from Pontiac with the hood tach, okay? And it was on the right location. I'm going to show that a little later. But I just made a template of the hood using a cereal box, okay? I traced this on a 18 gauge sheet metal, all right? And I cut it. Now I'm going to weld it to the hood, get rid of this wrong hole to make the right location hole for the tach. All right, guys. So on this flat hood that I'm going to use for my 1968 Firebird, like I said earlier on, the hole was cut out in the wrong area, so in the wrong spot, and I just finished welding to cover this hole they had here. The original hole is even much bigger, okay? So what I'm going to use, this is a template from an original hood that left from the factory with a hood tach from Pontiac from back in the day. All right, what I'm going to use is this hole saw here. This happens to be a Milwaukee, okay? The measurements are 3 inches and 5/8, okay? 3 inches and 5/8. And I'm going to put that on the middle. And I'm going to be drilling her out. All right, just like that. Okay. And I don't know if you guys could see, it's just a hair, a little too small. The hole saw. I mean, just slightly. Okay. But I use a tool going around. I will show you that later on, which tool I use. This is how I'm going to do it right now. Hook up my drill and make the hole. All right, here's the hole for the hood tach. I still need to weld these holes that were done not the right way. These two holes are correct. And if you see it, they actually don't line up. So they not from here to here, they're not straight. It has a little slant. Okay? So they are not straight across. The holes are a little to the side. Okay? And if you see here, the hood tach, that's exactly how they are. The bolts that are on the hood tach that bolts onto the hood, they're not straight from one another. So what I did was I put some white paint on the studs there at the end of those bolts. And when I placed the hood tach through the hole, it marked it. I made sure she was straight, not crooked. Okay, nice and straight, looking at the driver. Guys, if you use the hole saw and the hole don't come out that clean, use one of these bird bits here. They're very good. I mean, it goes through the metal like butter. I'm gonna drill out these holes, and then I put the tack through. All right, guys. So I'm going to share with you the tools that I use on this project, which was how to install the hood tack on a first gen Firebird hood and the proper location. There are videos out there, I believe I saw like about 5 years ago, where they show you to get it of a triangle location, which is in the brace. It's on the other side of the hood. Okay, and that's wrong. Pontiac put it here for a reason, and this template was made from an original hood, tack hood that came from factory with a tack. So it's exactly how Pontiac did it. And if you ever seen original pictures, I've been very blessed in my life to have original hoods with hood tacks, and I have also pictures of them, and they are on this location. The proper location, you guys will see that you are going to cut into the brace, all right, onto this brace right here. And in Pontiac put it for that reason, for it could be closer to the view of the driver. That's the reason is all the way up here. Okay. Another thing, this cutout that I use on this template, it's for this kind of style of hood tack. Okay. And early 67, they used a higher one, which also GTO used. And I guess because it was early production, they use a higher tack. It was much higher here. Okay, it looked a little different. I'm just being honest with you guys, and that's why I'm sharing this. So on that higher hood tack, not this one, the higher one for early 67, it's a little different here, because I also been blessed to have original pictures of 67 hood tacks, and it's just a little different cut than this kind of cut. All right, but it will work for 67 because these could be used also for 67 with no problem. And like I said, it's cool to see the original location. Now for you guys out there, just a heads up, I shared this with very close friends of mine's, but for you guys out there, if you want a copy to this hood tack template that I have, send me a comment and I see how I could get you one, because I'm just doing this YouTube thing to share the knowledge out there. And my goal, just like the goal of Jonathan at Vinyl Village Garage, and my buddy over there, Brian Menson over there at Arrowhead Garage, we doing this because our goal is to make sure these Firebirds get back put on the road and enjoy them. To me, the most enjoyable moment of everything is when I see these cars driving on the road again. Well, they was built to be driven. Okay, so just send me a comment down there, and I will see how I could send you one. Another heads up, these lights from factory, these lights inside the tack, the hood tack, was wired with ignition on and ignition off. Okay, so that means when you turn on your car, the light will turn on. So that's going to be a trivial question for you guys. I know the answer. The trivial question is, why did Pontiac wire this hood tack with ignition on and ignition off? That means the light inside this hood tack is on at all times. Ignition on, ignition off. Put the answer on the comments, and I'll let you know if you got it right or wrong. Thumbs up for right, and I'll give you a thumbs down if it's wrong. But yeah, that's pretty fun. I want to see how you guys can answer that, if you guys do know the answer to that. All right, so these are the tools I used. A hole saw. This happens to be Milwaukee. I bought a Milwaukee. It's a good brand. I'm not getting paid to say that. That's, you know, it's a good tool, and that's what I've been using to do these hood tacks installations on these cars. It cuts through the metal fairly easy. Just take your time, because remember that anything that got to do with cutting metal or welding metal, you are creating heat, and you don't want to warp also your hood. So just take your time. If you can have somebody there with a air hose blowing while you cutting, and of course blowing the debris away, now that it gets into your eyes. And always use safety goggles, because I did have a face shield over there by the 68. That face shield over there, I always have it on if I'm cutting metal or something like that. So yeah, I use this, and it's 3 inches and 5/8. Okay, those are the measurements. Now check this out. She's a little smaller. If you can see how she's dancing in there, she's a little smaller than the hole, but that will get you extremely close. That the rest of the metal that you have on the edge to cut out, this is what I use. I use a belt sander to sneak around there. Okay, I use also this body saw to cut some of the metal. All right, and I also used this bird bit here. They're very extremely sharp. Okay, they're extremely sharp, and if you guys are planning to go into the garage and get your hands dirty, you're going to need this in your tool collection. So that's another tool that I use, and the reason I like it is because you could sneak on the metal until you get the proper size of the hole. All right, now the Rust-Oleum paint here, you could use any kind of paint. I just happen to have this Rust-Oleum paint here. My buddy, my dear buddy Jonathan used this on my flywheel to get the proper pattern on the flywheel when we was installing the motor on the 68. And what I did was I just used a foam brush and I dabbed that little corner there. I took the hood tack and I dabbed the paint on the studs here. All right, these screws slash bolts, if you want to call them bolts, here, for when you place the hood tack into the hole, looking like if you was on the driver's side, which will be here, the driver's seat somewhere here, making sure that you have the hood tack straight, not crooked. Okay, nice and straight. Boom. When she marks with the paint where the hole's supposed to go, let me get this out of here. All right, she will mark it, and there you could use your drill and drill it out. All right, if you're not happy where the paint landed because it looks a little crooked, the hood tack, just wipe it off and start all over. Okay, of course, use a hole punch to mark where you are going to use your drill bit. Now you're gonna sneak on that hole, on these holes right here on the hood. You're going to sneak on it little by little. All right, but the largest I go to is 732. 730 seconds. You do not want to go bigger than this size drill bit. Okay, because the hole's gonna be just extremely too big. You'll stop right here. Okay, and you should not have a problem. Everything should line up, and the hood tack should be nice and straight. Now, what I was saying earlier before is that these studs, if you see them, they are offset. So it's offset. It's not straight up and down. They're a little offset. All right. So we're installing the hood tack. Okay. This still has a fairly new weathering strip here. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this is a rubber weathering strip, and it's still, I mean, it's brand new out of the box, this hood tack. So she's in very good shape. All right, and it's plastic. All right, so and that weathering strip is fairly new, so she's still not have set yet. But once she's set, this lip will go down straight flat to the hood. But the tack, as you guys can see, she's nice and level on the hood. It looks really nice and clean. You see that? Then if I'm over here, I don't have the studs holding it, but she's down. So if I'm the driver, okay, look at how nice you guys could see that. It's beautiful, nice and straight. It's not crooked or anything. It's beautiful. I love the way it came out. I'm really happy with it. Okay, and like I said, is the way Pontiac did it, which I think is really cool. And let me see if I could share with you guys. It's a little dark here. Let me see if I could. I'm gonna try to see if I could get a light, but I can't get a flashlight right now. But guys, it's right here. You see? So this is the brace part, of course, of the hood. You see how you cut into the brace right here? That's the right place to put it. Everybody puts it back here on this triangle. It's been shown before to put it back here. That's not correct. This is correct. I hope I helped you guys to learn how to mount your hood tach at the right location for your first gen Firebird. Guys, keep your hands dirty in the garage and your project will get done. This car was left to die, okay? And she's up and going. She, like I said before in my videos, she's a driver now, okay? Keep your hands dirty and your project will go and get done. You will enjoy your project. All right, I hope you guys enjoy working on your project as much as I do. Keep your hands dirty and let's keep these classic cars on the road. Bye bye now.